647 3776.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the Cindy Cochran Show. We are live streamed, and but this show will be recorded, and you can go back and listen to it if you did miss it. It's okay. You can find it somewhere. But I do want to say thank you so much to our sponsor, the Wootton Financial Group, and Chris Wootton is our. He is just our angel. Just like in the Broadway shows, the people that sponsor the shows, they're angels, and he is our angel. But the financial group that he has is amazing. His team is wonderful, and he is so smart. It makes me sick. But he is really good, and he will comfort you and take you through your retirement not woes, but your retirement angst. A lot of people they think, what am I going to do with this money? I don't want my kids to take all my money. Will you please help me keep my money and retire on it? And so they have enough money to retire on. And that's what he does. He's so good. He'll take you. You have a free conversation with him. Just call him and make an appointment. Go in and have a conversation with him and see if you like him. And of course, he'll like you. But he's great, and it's a great group. And then also, this morning wake up, I turn on the TV set, and they're getting ready to launch SpaceX. I've been hearing about SpaceX and all this stuff, and there's Elon Musk sitting at the table there, and it's in Boca Chico, Texas. I've never heard of this place before. But that's where the launch is happening. It's not in Florida, but it's here. And so they have they're talking about, this is the heaviest rocket they've sent up. It has so many engines in it, like 33 engines in it. But the boost and all that has to happen to launch this thing and get it into space is just incredible. And they're going on and on about that. And all these people are gathered outside to watch it happen. And all of the people that are working for him are watching it happen. And so here it goes. They do the countdown. And so I'm watching, and I think, is that wobbling? It looks like as it's going up, it's just wobbling. And I said, maybe that's the camera that's making that shake. And so we're watching, and it's getting higher. And about 4 minutes in, the whole thing is supposed to flip, so it will dislodge the booster rocket that's supposed to drop back and go down in the water. And they're doing this over the bay. So it was amazing. It flipped, and I went, wow, it looks like it's flipping again. And it flipped again. And then I went, good grief, what is going on? And all of a sudden, there's this huge explosion. And I thought, is that what the rocket's supposed to do? And then they start talking, the anchors say, you know what, that's not supposed to happen. They're saying that it wouldn't let go of the booster rocket, and it flipped it around, and it became out of control. So it exploded, and it was so pitiful. But all these people were yelling and screaming and so happy. And I'm going, what are they so happy about? Well, it's the fact that it got off of the where it launches, the launching pad. It got off the launching pad, and they were so excited about that. They went, we can learn so much from this. This is great. We'll learn what happens, and any mistakes that we've made, we'll fix them. That's how Edison did it, and it's fine. But you know what it reminded me of? Richard, did you see the launch of the rocket that had the teacher in it and all the people in it, and it went up and then exploded over? Did you see that?
You mean like Apollo?
It was 1987.
I was 1 year old then.
You were you were only 1 year?
Yeah.
You got you got born in 86. You were born in
Yeah.
86?
How old
Oh
did you?
my
How old
word.
did you think I was?
Good grief. No, you're 38, right?
36.
36.
So you think I'm hitting 40 soon?
Yeah,
Are you calling me fat?
I would never call you fat. Oh, that would
You
be like
calling
the
me fat?
pot calling the skillet black. No, I'm telling you, I just thought that you might. You're right. I just thought that was like yesterday it happened. It was so impactful. But I was sitting at home and watching that happen, and the teacher that was on board, her parents were sitting on the risers outside, and they were watching it happen. Everybody was so excited. They went up, and the explosion happened, and they thought that was supposed to happen, and they were just clapping, and we knew that it exploded and everybody was killed. We knew that at home, but her parents and all the people sitting on the risers didn't know what actually had happened. They had no idea. So you saw people from NASA going up to take them down and bring them down, and they keep looking up and just waving. It was so pitiful. And that's kind of what I thought. This was such a big deal, and he spent so much money on this and all these people, but it was an unmanned rocket send off, so it was just a test, and so nobody was hurt or anything like that. So I was happy about that. So anyway, listen, we have a great show today, and it's very interesting. And if you saw the graphic, we've got Carley Cremin, Wonder Woman, and we're going to explain that when we get back from this commercial break. Don't go away. Be right back. The Cindy Cochran Show.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran Show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
Okay, we're back. Yes, we're back with Carley Cremin, and she is so interesting. I mean, her life and what she's been through is amazing. She is legally blind. I can say legally, right? Because you'd hate to be illegally blind, right? Yeah. So she's legally blind, and that doesn't stop her. Nothing stops her. She wants to do something, she's going to do it. And I love that about you. She came to the station way back when we were the other place, and it was she thinks it was 2014, and that could have been about right. And we just loved her. You know what? I got to tell you, you changed my whole perspective and what I thought about Richard. You did. He had you on his show, and he came and he led you into the station, and he took you back, and then he anything that you needed, he was so sweet and so there. I just thought, this guy has a really big heart. And it's not that I just couldn't believe it, it's just that it was some kind of persona that he had that was kind of dry and made me think he was mean. But he's not. He's just so sweet, but he really did take care of you. And when he said, we're going to go over and pick up Carley. I'm going, okay, but doesn't she live far away? And he said, no, it's just like 2 blocks over. We can get there. And I said, okay, but don't walk fast. And he was saying, just walk. It's fine. I did get a lot of breath, but it was fine. No, I'm the clumsiest person in the whole wide world. And there's Carley waiting for us outside her apartment. Her apartment. She lives in her own apartment. Yes, she does. And she's standing out there waiting for us, and we came up, and she takes my arm. I should have been taking her arm and letting her help me because I'm just clumsy. But she made me pay attention to what's going on, and here's a curb. Let's watch the curb, and that kind of thing. So you did good. You did good today. It was wonderful. I got you here all in one piece. It's so good. She could fold up that cane and go like, Cindy's here. She's got me. Okay, so Carley, just say hi to everybody.
Hello, I'm Carley Cremin. I actually, and I own my own store, you guys, but we'll get to that later. But I own my own store, and I live in downtown Conroe, so that's all.
Yeah, she owns her own store. She walks back and forth to the store, and she has her own apartment. And for your entertainment, you go and visit where?
I go to 202, and then I go to Moco Food Hall.
Now, 202 is a bar or is it a
it's a bar restaurant. So
bar restaurant? Okay.
So we have 202, and then we have the Hideaway, and that's a little confusing to some people because they're both part of 202. So you can eat inside or outside, basically.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And Moco has everything you'd ever want. Food. They were on the show one time, and I asked him, "Did you know what Moco meant in Spanish?" And they said, "Not until after we named it." And I'll let the audience try and remember how we did finally tell them the definition of it, but it was so embarrassing. Like, Moco, Montgomery County is what that stands for. So we have
Montgomery County Food Hall. Food
Hall is, you have to remember Food Hall, yeah. But they have like 16 different places to eat?
Yes,
it's a lot.
It's now, I think it's now 16. Now that they've got the taco bar.
And they have a taco bar.
Yes.
And they have a bar that, drinking bar, that serves to the outside and to the inside.
Yes.
And so you can get smashed all you want, right?
You can even go up to the, like with your car, you can go up and get yourself some coffee and have it delivered to you.
You mean you just drive the car up to the?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but I know people talked about it.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, it all over Facebook, so I'm like, wait, where is this? Where are they talking about? I don't know what they're talking about because nobody showed me where it is yet, but I know it's there.
Well, they're going to probably say, but we don't want you driving up to this curb and jumping it or anything like that. So you've got to stop at the curb now, Carley. No. And Carley would just go like, okay. She has had every brand new invention technology can offer someone who is blind, and she'd come in with these glasses, these cool looking glasses. You remember those glasses that you had?
Yeah.
And
I still have them.
They will recognize someone and let her know that's Cindy, and she hasn't lost any weight. And then they'll say, okay, that's Richard, and he's smiling. And anyway, these glasses were amazing, and so it gave her a lot of sense of, okay, I know who's coming up to me and talking to me, and the glasses let her know that. But they were cool. They were just cool looking. It was just straight out of Dick Tracy or something. But anyway, so she had all of that, and then. What has happened? I mean, it's been like 6-7 years since I've seen you. So what all...
It's been a long time.
I mean, a long time. So tell me about the technology that has improved or what they've offered you, now.
So I I don't really have anything new other than I went to go get a new. My mom decided to change all our phones, so we're just on one line. But that was painful, because the reason why it was painful is because they were on Verizon and I was on Verizon and they were on AT&T. So it just took a lot of time, and time that they did not ask for, but they kind of brought it upon themselves by switching to AT&T instead of just staying with Verizon. If we had our own lines, that would be fine, but they shouldn't have changed.
Well, did your phone, so your phone talked to you. So somebody called and texted you, it would tell you what the text was.
Yeah, it talks to me, and then also I turned on the speaker feature, so it'll talk to me hands free, so I don't have to, and then I can answer hands free.
Right.
So I don't have to keep unlocking my phone. So I have iPhone. I think this is because I had an iPhone 8, and I think this is an iPhone 12 something Max or something. I don't know.
I think mine, I just got out of the one where you opened it up and put it up. I think that's what I had when we were in, like you see on Star Trek, they open up their phone and put it up to their ear, and that was like the cool thing to have. I had that forever. So you're right on the edge of the new technology and stuff, really.
Yeah.
What's coming out? Have they talked about what's next?
Not really. I haven't seen anything what's next on technology wise.
Mm-hmm.
And then other than that, I've just been focused on so I've started learning from a new person. I was doing voice lessons on Zoom for a while because my friend Hillary, which I was learning voice lessons from, she moved to Kansas because that's where she was born and raised. So, and she has got 2 kids now. So, anyway, and then, so I got tired of being on Zoom and being on the iPad and stuff like that. So I switched to Brenda Storseth, and we need to have her on the radio sometime.
Okay,
and
well,
I will sing.
See, she sings as well, and she's that when she says voice lessons, that's what she's talking about. Now, because you sang at the pub.
I'm sang at the Corner Pub. I've done their open mic. I do karaoke every Wednesday at 2:02.
You're so cute. I love that.
So I sing pretty much anywhere I can, but Brenda and I have also. So the reason why I switched to her because she's teaching me all of it. She's teaching me piano, voice, and songwriting.
And songwriting too.
Yes.
Ay, ay, ay.
And she's not charging me any more than what she was charging me before, because I was originally started with the piano, and then I told her I wanted to do voice instead, or voice, piano, and songwriting. So we just do 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. You don't ever let anything stand in your way, and I love that about you. And when you're writing, what do you normally want to write about? What is your concepts of things that you want to write about?
So I wrote my first song about my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and then I wrote my second song about my friend Alyssa, and I was basically, in a nice way, telling her to get on with her life.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
I mean, if you want to, if you want to know what the song is about, it's on my YouTube channel and Facebook and everything. But
Okay, you have a YouTube channel. Is
Yes.
it what's it called? Carley Cremin?
no, it's under CC Cool J, and if you look it up, it's gonna a rapper's gonna pop up. So, but yeah, somebody told me that, and I was like, wait, there's a rapper that's called. There's a rapper that's called LL Cool J.
Yes, yeah.
And so that's what pops up whenever you first pull it up, and then I pull up right after.
Now, isn't that what did Richard name you that?
No, he named me CC Cool.
CC Cool, but you're saying CC Cool
CC Cool J
J
for my
J
YouTube channel.
JAY or just J?
J.
Just CC Cool J. Okay, so you can go to YouTube and listen to her poetry and her music and all, and so
And
that's
then
awesome.
this next song that I'm writing is going to be basically about my life and about that helping people understand that this is the way I am, and please be okay with the way I am. You know, like be okay that I'm blind and I'm okay with it.
That's right. That's exactly
So-
right. And you know, you were born blind,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so you've never seen. And a lot of people would ask you different strange questions, like the strange question I ask you: when you dream, what do you dream about?
Yeah.
And you simply said, "It's shadows." That's what you said to me.
Yeah, well, I said shadows, but I also said that it's how it's in like my waking life.
Ah,
So it's
okay.
what I see in my waking life is what I dream.
Right.
Like, but I know some people that do dream, but they've had vision before, so that's why they dream whenever they're asleep.
Right, and that's what's different is that you've never had vision, but you're dreaming about the experiences you've had, like coming over here, and and I said, okay, I want you to feel my face and tell me what you think. And you said, Cindy, have you gained weight? No, you were very sweet.
And
But
then, yeah, my pastor, he's like, do you want to feel my face? And I'm like, no, I don't want to feel your face. And he's like, what? You don't want to feel my face? And I'm like, that only happens in movies.
I was going to say, you should have said, you've seen too many movies. But
He's seen too many movies.
Right, yeah,
He's
he's seen
also
too
a
many movies.
musician too. So
oh, he is, okay.
Yeah.
That makes him weird. Okay, it's all right.
no, he's not
No.
weird.
now he's the pastor where? What church?
He's the pastor of the Vineyard Church in Conroe.
Okay, that's where you go now.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's great. We have. Have you ever been to? Have you ever been to the Ark?
Yes.
You have.
Yes, I went with the Krugers for a while.
You did. Okay. Oh, that's cool. You have been to the different churches around.
Yeah.
You came
yeah.
with me, and
I came with you, and then I went with the Krugers. But the problem with the Ark was it was too big for me. Mm-hmm. Like, it was too big of a space, and I couldn't really like form relationships.
because it was too big.
Yeah.
I understand that. It is it's beautiful. It's really a beautiful church, and I went over there because they had a deaf ministry, and so I went to talk to the interpreters, and I met some great people and people that I hadn't seen in 37 years, and so it was great. So they do have a little family like that, and they have places they sit and all. But if you had to go in there and find somebody, it is huge. It's too big. You're right. Well, it's not too big. It was good for them. That's great. But it was certainly a culture shock coming from a smaller church. And you walk in there and you go like, goodness. I got lost trying to leave because I went out to the wrong parking lot. And I know that doesn't surprise anybody, but I I thought, okay, I don't recognize any of this. If my car's been stolen out of a church parking lot, that's like the last straw. Why would somebody do that? But it was my fault. I was going to first blame me and then blame somebody else. But I think we ought to talk about where you're working, because people said, she lives by herself. She does all these artistic things, that's great and that's wonderful. And then you go to work. But you go to work and tell people about your job, name of the place, and where they can find it.
Okay, so I work at Main Street Merchants. It's a boutique, and the radio station actually used to be attached to it.
That's right.
So
that's right. In fact, a long time ago, when it was over there, we had a big plate glass window where people came by, and then there was also a big plate glass window inside the studio that was also looked over to where you're working now. And
yeah.
So where we were?
So where you were, we just once you moved over here, we broke the wall, or we took the wall down and just made a bigger space.
Wow.
So my store is bigger now.
So she's doubled her store, and now she makes.
And it was a lot to get used to, but I got used to it. But basically, it's like a gift shop, and now we have shoes, because we didn't want to have shoes and purses, but people wanted shoes and purses.
Of course.
So now we have shoes and purses.
Well, you listen to the people. That's good.
Other than clothes, we have clothes, we have knickknacks, but we started out as a candy store, and then gone into clothes and like all kinds of other stuff.
Can you go in there and get a cup of coffee like you used to be able to do?
Oh, yeah. We're supposed to be serving coffee, but nobody remembers.
Nobody remembers to come in?
Nobody remembers to offer coffee. We're supposed to offer coffee to people so they can, because what inspired my mom to do this is because of this store we have in Tulsa called Mega Coffee, and it's just like our store. It's like you can go and get coffee, but you can go look at the items while you're drinking coffee, or you can buy your coffee after you buy what you want in there. So
okay, so no roast beef sandwiches.
No.
Okay, I just want to make no angel hair pasta spaghetti.
No.
Okay. All right. I just got to make sure. I'm trying to find out where places are.
And then so yeah, you can find us at Main Street Merchants Conroe.com.
Main Street Merchants
Conroe.com.
Conroe.com. Okay.
I think so. I think that's the address. And then you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. We have an online store, or you can come in person.
Okay, so they can order things. You had the coolest hat and scarf on in the picture that we had of you. And so people, that's why they're going to come in and want that hat, they want that scarf, and that look. It's really cute. Now, do you have people that come in and ask questions to you and they want to find out about you? And what are the questions they ask? Like, how can you do this?
I get asked, how do I use I just tell them that I use the iPad, and I have voiceover, and I explain how voiceover works. And then surprisingly, people have come in and know what voiceover is. And
right.
I'm like, wait, how do you? And they're like, my son is blind, or my daughter's blind, and I talked to this lady. I haven't seen her since I talked to her, but she said her daughter was blind, and she's gonna look into enrolling her at the School for the Blind in Austin, which is where I went. and because she has no social life here.
Oh.
So her mom wants her to get more independent and stuff and have a life and then come here and transition.
Oh,
So,
great. That's great.
just like what happened to me.
Right. And so she can get an apartment over there where you are.
Well,
and
she we're I think we're about to have an apartment available, but I mean,
y'all are
she's-
full all the time, aren't you?
We try to be.
Well, now who's the guy? I was going to ask the name. Who owns that apartment? He did own the apartment.
Well, he still owns Rodney and Joyce. still
Rodney. I was calling
own-
Robbie. Rodney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rodney and Joyce own the apartments, and then they also own the corner pub. And Leanne works there. Leanne Poole, their daughter.
Okay, well. I'm so glad to know that Rodney still owns that. He's one that came over and scared me about the ghosts that are there, and told me there are ghosts that still walk the halls over there. And I love the story, but then
You go to 202 for lunch every other Friday.
Okay.
Who's that?
So what that is? I have reminders on my phone now, so
Uh-huh.
it's reminding me because with my fitness coach, he tells me, okay, don't go out every day, don't do this, don't do that. So I have to have all these reminders, otherwise I will drink when I'm not supposed to, and I will go out whenever I'm not supposed to.
Uh-oh.
Well,
my
I mean, of course,
goodness.
I can do it. Like he's
Yeah.
just giving me suggestions, and I can take it or leave it.
Or leave that good. That's good. As long as you can take it or leave it.
Yeah,
But I just
no,
thought you were
he's-
trying to.
He's never going to.
I didn't know if you were just trying to sneak in an advertisement for something, but it's
Oh, no.
Alexis. She sounds nice to you.
She is.
She has a pleasant voice with you. But I have Alexis on my TV. And when I say HDMI 3, which is the cable part, it's like she takes a breath and goes, okay. And then she takes me the cable thing. But if I say anything else like take me YouTube. Here's YouTube. That's how she says it. But if I say cable, she goes, okay. Anyway, she has an attitude problem with me. I don't know what I've done to her. But
But yeah. And then, do you want to talk about my gym, the gym that I go to? Or-
I can't wait to
Okay.
talk about Richard.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know if we were going to go on break or.
I'll
or
be
if
right
you
back. I'm
want-
going to use the restroom.
Okay.
Richard, we want you to be transparent and be able to let us know. That was just too much detail. Okay.
All right. So.
No, and it's not that Richard. It is
not
another
that
Richard,
Richard.
that she has met and working out with.
So, how that happened was when I moved here, and my mom got me into the rec center, and all of us were involved in the rec center, and then, of course, now they're not, but I still am.
Good.
And so, I met him through one of the managers at the rec center. He came and he introduced me to Richard.
Yeah.
I was just on the treadmill walking, and then my mom met him, and my mom's like, can you train Carley? And she's like, he's like, yeah, of course I can train Carley. Like, why would I not help her? So we started working out together, and it worked out. And then so I started working out with him, and then I stopped for a little bit, and then because I wanted to do spin class, and then I started back up with him again here recently, and It's probably been 7 or 8 months ago. I can't remember when I started working with him again.
Now, why don't you explain it? He is partially.
So he's partially sighted. He is he can see a little bit more than I can. So like if you have a pin and you look through the pin, that's how much he can see.
Okay, well, that's not a lot, but he.
No, that's not a lot.
But does he take you and say, okay, we're gonna do weights today, and
Yep.
here's the weights, and he hands them to you, shows them how to lift them and put them down, and
And then like
how many reps you have to do and all that stuff.
Yeah, so and then or we'll do the machines at the rec center. So he'll set up the machine for me, and then he'll tell me, okay, I want you to do 15. And then so I do 15. And then he's like, okay, I want you to do 15 more. And then he ups the weight on me. And then he tells me, do 15 more. Or now I want you to do 20. And then I do 20. And then we go to the other machine. And then we do the same thing. And then we go to the other machine, do the same thing. And then we get on the treadmill for 10. Well, we do it in 20 minutes, but we do 10 and 10 and then 10.
But he sounds kind of bossy to me.
Oh, no, he's not.
He's not too bossy to you?
Well, he likes to give me a hard time, but he said, he's like, I respect you. There's a difference between being bossy and respecting you. And I respect your choices if you want to. I mean, and he always tells me, it's your body. If you want to do something with your body, like, no one can tell you. You can't do something with your body.
There you go. Wow.
So
This guy is woke.
Yeah,
Right.
he's and when we're also friends, like he's my fitness coach, but he's also my life coach. So he helps me with being blind, basically.
So what advice would he give you? What advice would he give you for acceptance of your blindness?
Well, it's not accepting of my blindness. It's more like because we both attended the School for the Blind at different times because he's 47.
He's too old for you, Carly. I'm sorry.
No, I know that.
No. He sounds very sweet and caring.
He is too old for me, but he's so he's basically telling me, or if I need help with my iPhone or if I need help with my iPad, I'll ask him. Or even something as simple as, like, I called him one time and asked him, how do I open a soap? Because I was trying to get my hand soap open, and he's like, okay, so you push down and then you push up. And I'm like, oh, okay, that works. And then he said, if it doesn't work, then it's broken. They gave you a broken hand soap.
Right.
So,
Oh, man. I have taken those things, and they are just, to me, they, like 1 out of 3 may work and pop up. The others don't. So I have to take that whole thing off and then just, shake the lotion out because I'm too lazy to take it back.
yeah, and then he'll also, like, and he likes to say to people, he's like, no, I'm not telling her what to do. I'm giving her suggestions, and she can either take those suggestions or not. It's her choice, but I'm not going to tell her what to do because that's not respecting her.
Oh, that's so sweet. I like that. Okay, I like Richard.
Yeah.
Richard's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. We just went to and every time every time we're together at 202, people think we're dating, and I'm like, no, we're not dating. And he surprised me on New Year's Eve. He came to 202 and surprised me, and he had a funny hat on. And he showed me his funny hat, and I was like, oh, and he's like, it's Richard. And I couldn't hear him because
they're so loud.
They had a DJ playing and stuff like that. And Allie goes, you scared the crap out of her.
Well, how romantic. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we go see, well, and then that's all on Richard. I mean,
that's all you have to say about Richard.
Yeah, he's great.
I know you like him. You've got to like him.
I do, but
he sounds very sweet and caring.
We're just friends.
Okay.
And then I'm in Little Mermaid. I got cast in Little Mermaid at the Crichton Theater.
That is so exciting. She's going to be in the Little Mermaid play at Crichton Theater. Now, how many of you that might be blind would go and try out for a part in a play on the stage at the Crichton Theater, like the best theater in town, and you're going to be there? But you've done other plays.
Yes, I've done Elf, the musical, and I've also done the first show I did was Annie Get Your Gun, Annie Get Your Gun.
Good grief,
and
Carly.
So yeah, Sarah Priestler is the director of the show, and Christina Sato is the assistant director, and it's gonna be awesome. And I get to drive a ship.
You're driving the ship?
I'm one of the captains on the ship. Yes.
I love that.
And I was like, wait, what? And Sarah's like, yes, you are. You're going to do this. I'm like, what? She keeps adding more and more stuff. Right now I'm playing 3 roles.
Three roles?
Yes, but because I was originally just going to be on the ensemble, but now I'm driving a ship, and I'm a starfish, I think she said. And then I'm somebody else, and then she's but I've got this a helper with me. Because the last time I got ran over, or not ran over, but I got, people would run me into places, and they wouldn't tell me where I was going and everything like that, as far as the cast members goes.
Right.
Because they couldn't remember, she can't see. She needs to know where she's going.
Right.
So Sarah's like, so I'm basically having, Hillary, my old voice teacher, had to ask somebody to help me to make sure I don't, just for my safety.
Well, yeah, they got to assign someone to you and say, you watch over Carly.
Yep.
And she'll drive that ship right
they're gonna she's gonna be in charge of helping me with my costume changes, and this way nobody has to worry about me.
Yes, and you can stay out of everybody's way and not be run over by them, for sure. That is so exciting. And when does the play open?
It opens July 7th, and it goes till the 23rd.
Okay, so get your tickets now to see The Mermaid, and you've already met Carly, so you know somebody in the play, and you can go wait, I've seen her 3 times on this play. Yeah, she has 3 different parts that she plays. So that's awesome, Carly. And advice that you give to sighted people when they meet someone who's blind. You've done this before for me, but it was so great. What do you say to them?
I say just we're just like anyone else. Just talk to us like anyone else. And don't be afraid of talking to us. If we don't want to talk, we're just gonna tell you that we don't want to talk. But most of the time we know. And then when you approach us, say your name. Don't just assume that I know who you are, because I don't always know who you are.
Very
especially
good.
if I haven't seen you in a long time.
And then I yelled out, "I'm Cindy," right? Didn't I? When we
Yes.
saw each other. Yeah.
And you gave me a hug.
And I gave you a hug, yes. Because it's been so long since I've seen you, but it's perfect. Richard is there sitting with the microphone in front of him. And I just wondered, Richard, do you have something you want to say? You haven't seen Carley.
It's not that Richard, though. I don't want people to get confused.
I explained it wasn't. You were not the same Richard.
I walked in after using the restroom, and I was like, I don't remember doing any of this.
You don't want to what?
I didn't remember anything, because I walked in, and you were talking about Richard, and I assumed it was me, and you're talking about New Year's Eve, and I go, wait, I was there on New Year's Eve with a funny hat? Like, huh?
No, he loves his funny hats.
That's good. I like the sound of this guy.
So,
That's cool.
yeah, it's Richard, the workout guy, not
Yes.
Richard, the radio guy. I'm sorry,
The cool
Richard.
guy.
Oh, and
The cool guy.
He also does triathlons.
He does?
He's a part of the blind triathlon team. So he got me on the person that can help me if I need help during my races.
During your races,
Yeah.
now what are you
Race.
running? 3 miles or 6? What?
No, I just did a 5K with my.
You did a 5K.
I did a 5K with my church, so I was training, and then I was training with the church,
Okay.
and then but it's called Team Catapult. You can find it online, but he got me a connection to the person in charge in case I need a guide for any other races that I want to do.
Now, I was always worried about Carly. Carly, if you want to get out of the city of Conroe to go out, what would did you get Uber? And she did get Uber for a while, but now because of Conroe Connection, she can get on board and be able to...
Get on board with
Yes.
Conroe Connection.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, the commercial.
Is that okay? And they come by. You call them and tell them where you live, and they come by there. And
Yeah, so he already has everything on file. So he has my work on file. He has the table at Maidley on file. Like, so when I first started riding with them, I had to tell them I lived at 300 Metcalf, and then I had to tell them my work address is 208 North Main. So anywhere new that I go, I have to tell them the address, but once it's on file,
Yes.
I just have to tell them. But I have to schedule it in advance.
How far in advance?
So it's 7 days. So 7 days tour, like, and then after, like, if I have something to do that next week, I can schedule it before 7 days. But if
So you have to know 7 days in advance before you want to go to the grocery store or the.
That's more than enough time.
Not for me. I'm not. What I'm
that's
saying
more
is,
than enough
You
time.
can get an Uber.
No, I'm
But she
saying like,
needs to go today.
if you need to go today, like right now, you want to go
Or she
somewhere.
can call a friend.
Yeah.
Okay, should call Richard,
Which one?
the radio guy. He's closer. Yeah,
If Carly ever needs anything, she knows she can call me.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
She's
you're
called me a
so
couple times to beat people up.
You need to go feel the muscles in his arm
She's
first.
like, this guy, took my cane, so I need you to come beat him up.
Really? Are you lying?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I just.
But
felt
yeah, if
like
Carly
that.
ever needs anything, I'll be there.
But
You are a good guy.
But
Richard.
yeah,
you really are.
But yeah, so actually, the city is going to take over Conroe Connection. It's not going to start until August.
Till August, okay.
Yeah, because people have been complaining. They've emailed and stuff, and I guess the city's like they don't know what they're doing yet. So people are like, wait. What?
So
you're doing what? Because they were talking about stopping the transit stops and all this stuff, and people are like, no, we need the transit stops.
Yes.
We rely on the transit stops. So instead of like everything else changing, they're just going to add an on-demand service like Uber and Lyft. So I will be able to call.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, as long as you're covered. And you're okay.
I'll be able to call, but I don't have to schedule it anymore. If I want to schedule, that's still going to be an option for me. But if I wake up wanting to go somewhere, I can call.
You have covered so many places here in Conroe that you've given some advertisement for. It's good. And she's been there, and so she knows. So listen, we're going to have to go. It's over.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? How fast that went.
Yeah.
Carley, you're an amazing guest, and I still love talking to you, and we could just talk forever, but we can't. It's I got to go. All right, so this is Thursday, so my weekend starts now. And I hope that you are going to have a great weekend. The Kid Fest is coming soon to downtown.
Next Saturday.
Is it this Saturday?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. Whew, I got
this Saturday is the Beer Fest.
The Beer Fest. Okay. And so if you want to meet Richard in person, the radio guy, you could go to the Beer Fest, and I'm sure he'll be there somewhere. But Carley, thank you so much for giving me your time, and tell your Richard I sure said hi, and he better be sweet to you. That's all I'm saying. This better be sweet to you, or we'll send this Richard over to beat him up. But anyway, okay, so I do want to say call somebody you love, and also first responders, we love you so much. We respect you. You are awesome, and thank you for always being there for us. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. See ya.
This program is sponsored by the Wootton Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wootton Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wootton Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wootton Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wootton Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with the Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wootton Financial Group, or any of their representatives.
Is there someone you know who is hooked on vintage aircraft? Follow the Commemorative Air Force and its fleet of World War II planes, including the mighty B-17 Flying Fortress Texas Raiders, which is based in Conroe, Texas. Texas Raiders tours locally and all around the United States, offering the public a chance to put their hands on aviation history. What could be a more perfect gift than a flight on a historic B-17? Taking to the sky on the iconic bomber is an experience that will never be forgotten. For the touring schedule, reservations, or more information, go to b17texasraiders.org or call 855-FLY-A-B-17.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories,